As expected, the recent Japan Mobility Show 2023 brought plenty of novelties, but from this short time distance, we could say it wasn't about new models all that much. It was also about new ideas on how to revolutionize mobility. And of course, as the world's largest car maker, Toyota wasn't lacking new concepts and ideas either. Moreover, this company presented something that can revolutionize the car industry, as the Toyota CEO has just revealed an all-new $10,000 pickup truck and shocked the automotive world. Toyota is changing the game. Toyota has always been known as a company that puts focus on things like build quality, reliability, and longevity. But even though its vehicles don't always feature cutting-edge technology, but rather are innovation-free, especially when compared to premium car makers, the Japanese company indeed did some monumental things for the automotive world. For example, it pioneered hybrid technology and led the world toward electrification. Now, it looks like it plans a little bit different kind of a revolution. It looks like Toyota wants to change the way we look at pickup trucks. Namely, pickup truck design goes way beyond utility these days. They are also pretty luxurious and engaging to drive, equipped with cutting-edge tech features. With all that in mind, it's no surprise that you can hardly find a decent one under $30,000 in North America. Things aren't much different in other parts of the world either. Well, all this is going to change with the new pickup called the Toyota IMV Zero. Currently a concept, this pickup will soon enough enter serial production, and according to the officials, the super low price tag doesn't mean it will lack modern technologies or some of Toyota's well-known features, such as build quality and reliability. It doesn't mean it will be reserved for emerging markets either, because Toyota plans a US launch as well. No, this is going to be a genuine paradigm shift in the pickup universe. What do we know about the Toyota IMV Zero? When we heard about Toyota working on a $10,000 pickup, the first thing that came to our minds was that, since the premiere was in Japan, this was probably some kind of a K-car, with tiny dimensions and a miniature engine. But once we found out the first details, it became clear that this pickup was for the global market, including North America. Namely, even though stupendously low-priced, this is a pretty big vehicle, with the proportions of a mid-size pickup. It measures 121.5 inches between the axles, and it is 208.7 inches long. Other dimensions are respectable too, including a width of 70.3 inches and a height of 68.5 inches. To give you a clearer perspective, that's the size of an average full-size SUV. With such a respectable size, it's still unclear how Toyota is going to form such a competitive price without sacrificing quality or modern technologies. Well, one of the answers can easily be found in the images from the Japan Mobility Show. Namely, Toyota presented a highly configurable and customizable pickup that can be configured in many different ways. For example, we saw a Red Cross rescue vehicle with an ambulance section on the rear. We also saw a configuration of a delivery vehicle, as well as a pickup that looks like a capable off-roader, with massive tires and other typical off-road upgrades, as well as an additional cabin section, which clearly indicates that both single and dual cab variants will be on offer. We saw a camper vehicle. We even saw a food truck version. All these renderings show that Toyota plans to offer a pickup with endless possibilities. Toyota plans to offer a pickup that is rather a naked, a blank with a single cab layout and flatbed section, which would allow all kinds of different medications. It imposes itself to an incredibly broad range of potential buyers, starting from fleets, small businesses, weekend enthusiasts, hospitals, and all other services, and the price is what brings all those different categories together. Environmental impact and joint force from the East. Unfortunately, we didn't get any specific information regarding powertrain at the recent mobility show, but it's quite obvious that the new pickup will be an all-electric. But the battery electric setup is just one tiny part of the story. Namely, Toyota plans a vehicle that's completely sustainable, and this leads to a completely reworked production process. Of course, recycled materials are the first thing that comes to mind, but what Toyota is actually aiming for is significantly improved production efficiency. Allegedly, the plan is to put some heavy investments in new assemblies and new technologies, which would speed up the production process and make it more efficient. But even with all this in mind, You probably wonder how a pickup can be so cheap, especially with an all-electric powertrain. Electric cars are still way more expensive than their internal combustion counterparts, so there must be something more to solve this equation. That could be the fact that Toyota teamed up with a Chinese EV company a few years ago and founded an R&D company. So the IMV Zero's all-electric setup might come as one of the first products of this joint venture. As you may know, we are talking about BYD, a Chinese company that's arguably one of the leaders in EV technology. This company doesn't just produce luxury EVs with impressive performance, it also is one of the leaders in battery technology, offering vehicles that impress both with autonomy and charging rate. And in a country where it's pretty normal to find an EV that costs under $5,000, providing competitive technology for a $10,000 electric pickup doesn't sound all that unrealistic at all. And we're talking about technology that would ensure range, charging rate, and overall performance that are on par with way more expensive EVs you can currently find on the market. Global impact. Considering Toyota's plans to offer the new pickup globally, we cannot neglect its potential impact on the global market. The first thing that comes to mind is the market penetration in emerging economies. In such parts of the world, where the price is a significant factor, the IMV Zero has the potential to capture a major market share. The second thing that comes to mind is the competition and the pricing pressure such a pickup would put on others. With such a price tag, other truck makers will face intensified competition, which would force all of them to reassess pricing strategies, lower prices, and eventually offer new budget-friendly models. Another aspect of the global impact would be the expansion of truck ownership. A low-priced truck like this would enable more people to afford vehicles that were previously out of reach. We have no doubt that the IMV Zero would significantly drive up overall truck ownership in many parts of the world. Indirectly, it would make a big impact on transportation, trade, and local economies in general. This would further lead to further economic and industrial growth of the emerging economies by facilitating small businesses, agriculture, and logistics. With the all-electric powertrain and small carbon footprint, Toyota's pickup would also avoid dealing with the environmental challenges we are all facing these days. Impact on the U.S. market. Besides the socioeconomic impact on a global scale, especially in emerging economies, such a small pickup would also revolutionize traditional pickup truck markets, such as North America. 2 years ago, we thought that the Ford Maverick was revolutionizing the truck market with its affordable price, but Toyota's launch of the IMV Zero in North America would make a significantly deeper impact. Such a pickup would cause a major disruption that would change the whole paradigm. The average price of a new pickup in this part of the world is significantly higher, so one of the first things that comes to mind is that, as we are talking about a country where pickup isn't just a vehicle but a whole culture, such a model would definitely attract a lot of consumers. And no, we are not talking just about drawing customers away from other brands or higher-priced Toyota models. We are talking about a massive expansion of the customer base. Such a pickup would definitely bring in new buyers who were previously unable to afford new trucks in the current price range. And with the aforementioned impressive range of customization options, a model like the IMV Zero would definitely attract new social groups, such as younger buyers, first-time owners, lower-income buyers, etc. The other aspect of IMV Zero's impact refers to the response from the American automotive industry. Renowned truck makers, read Big Three, would have to change their approach completely and put way more effort into new technologies, all in order to make production more efficient and, therefore, cheaper. Manufacturers would have to reconsider their production and cost structures to accommodate a lower-priced model, and that would also impact profit margins and supply chain dynamics. The only problem is that Ford, GM, and Ram all went in the opposite direction when it comes to pickup truck electrification. They all focused on high-end products that offer blistering acceleration and impressive range, but also cost way more than the average gas-powered pickup. That's not a recipe for a high-volume seller. Finally, it's easy to conclude that with a $10,000 price tag, Toyota's new pickup would also impact the used truck market, whether it's about pricing or the actual demand for pre-owned models. With that said, we can all agree on one thing. Once the Toyota IMV Zero enters serial production, things will never be the same. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.